Hi, it's John DL here again with the third vidcast looking at the fifth blog for August 2010. I'm going to run through this fairly quickly. As usual, we only have the 10 minutes because we post it onto YouTube. I'm going to start off first of all with Moodle McKean's blog. Paul, I'll just go on to his blog so that we can have a quick look at it. He says, well, that was a bit silly. I don't know what I did there. Here we go. Paul has actually written here about a number of different things, but one of the most important things, I suppose, to think about is the use of hashtags so that you can get collaboration on particular subjects across the whole of the world, let alone across a learning provider. It's well worth having a read, and Paul, I'm sure, would appreciate some feedback. Second find today is a maths add-in for Word. I've added it in on my machine. I'm actually using a works machine at the moment, so perhaps not a good idea to demonstrate it. I'll do a vidcast perhaps just on the maths add-in for Word. But basically, you can go on to the website. If I just scroll down and click on this, open it in a new tab, here we go. You just go along, and for those of you who teach maths, this is a big plus. It's an add-in for Word, and it works with OneNote, works with Office 2007 and 2010. And it does make life so much easier, but it's more than that. It will actually allow you to do 3D graphs, get solutions to equations, etc. Well worth having a look if you're involved in science and or maths. Third find today, it's in alpha. There are a few little hiccups, but it has got a lot of potential. Let me give you an idea of what it is. It's called Written, WRTTN, and when you actually go on to my first example, you'll notice that I've put in bold text, I've put in bullet points, I've put in headers, I've also included a video clip that will play, which was my last podcast, and I've also put in a hyperlink down the bottom here to the actual resource and an image. Now all of that is done in Written, and it's an online resource. I have actually produced, he says, holding it up in front of his face, and hopefully it's there, a little booklet that gives you the guide as to how you can do all of the things that I've just shown you. It's printed on one sheet of A4 and then cut and folded to make a little booklet. But it does mean that if we go into controls and options here and the text reference, we have all of the codes that are necessary to put in bold, emphasized, underscored, ruled out, and then of course things like linked images and so on, putting in images and email links and so on. Well worth a look. It's something that could be used offline using Notepad to prepare it. When you get the chance to go online, just copy and paste it. You end up with, when you actually create it, a link that you can share with learners, colleagues, etc. And you also end up with a link that will allow you to go back in and edit it and or add it if you so wish. There's space in the little booklet that I've produced, and I've already done one, where you can actually put in those public and editor URLs so that you don't forget them. Well worth a look, as I say. It could be used for learners in the workplace. The fourth, oh, I missed one out. No, the fourth page is colouring pages. Again, it's perhaps geared more towards family learning providers than anything else. The website link at the bottom of the blog. When you go into colouring pages, it's basically a search engine. So for example, if learning providers wanted to do some colouring that involved things like a tractor, okay, and click search, what you will end up with is a whole load of images that can be used. I mean, so there's 8 pages full of images there. Let's just choose one of them. When you click on it, there is the image, which can then be copied using a screen capture tool, or it could be printed out for learners to actually colour in, or it could be used to illustrate a piece of work. Okay, so that's the colouring pages. The 5th find, think. I quite like the way they've used an exclamation mark for the I in think. It's a Think tutorial website. It's in its early stages at the moment, but it is quite well written. And if we go on to the website, which is no www, it's just thinktutorial.com, there are a whole load of tutorials that you can click on, but if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, which is far more use, there is a word cloud. So if you want to look at some on Microsoft PowerPoint, for example, and you click on those, it will go through and it will find various tutorials on Microsoft PowerPoint. Very straightforward, very clear in the description of how to do them. It's a nice CPD package for learners and for staff. Okay, if we just go back, the next find, number 6, last but one, penultimate, is Vision of Humanity, and it's quite an interesting site. It is an organisation dedicated to improving peace in the world, but there are a whole load of links. The most interesting one perhaps is Global Peace Ranking Index. If we go onto the site, you'll actually see here that there are a number of links to our vision. That's the Vision of Humanity's vision. There's the Global Peace Index. That's the one I think you'll find useful. That sort of gives an index based on the number of murders, how many conflicts they're involved in, and so on. But there is also a whole load of media at the bottom here, which you can scroll through. Okay, that again may well be useful within teaching and learning. Well worth a visit. Right, the final one, CU30X. It's a free 3D flash gallery, and again I may well do a vidcast on how to use this later on. I believe he says that there's one that I did earlier. It basically allows you to put images on that will break up into as many sections as you like. I've chosen 3 and just a horizontal spin, but it will allow you to get over various messages. You can put text in, as has been added at the top there, if you so wish, but it is a tool that you can pause, as I've just done, and you can move on to the next one automatically, and or you can move back to the previous one. It could be used in teaching and learning, showcasing evidence, so many uses. The website itself, wrong one. The website itself is no www again, it's just CU30X. Just go in, download the Windows or the Mac. It's very, very easy to use, and enjoy. Before I go, just a quick reminder that the second Monday of next month, Anita will be doing a live TV broadcast with you. You need to go on to www.livestream.com/locus. You can chat in the right hand box over here, and we look forward for you coming along and watching and taking part in our live TV course. That's all for now. Thanks a lot. See you again soon.